Muslim empires in Spain. The Muslims ruled Spain for about 800 years and they had many empires. In this short video, I'll be giving an overview of them. When I'm talking about the Muslim empires in Spain, I'm referring to Al-Andalus, which included the areas of Spain and Portugal, such as in the map. Historically, that area was known as Vandalusia, a reference to the Vandals who lived in that area, and there were many Jews living there as well who were not happy with the way that they were being treated, so they went to the North African Muslim leader, Musa bin Nusayr, who sent another North African, Tariq bin Ziyad, to help. Tariq bin Ziyad, who was not Arab, went through North Africa through the Straits of Gibraltar, hence the name Gibraltar. It's named after him, from the Arabic name Jabal Tariq, which means Mount Tariq, a reference to Tariq bin Ziyad. The area used to be part of the Umayyad Empire, however later during the time of the Abbasids, it became separate from them. In Al-Andalus, they made great developments in science, technology and culture. You can find out more in my other video about Islam in Spain. For example, Abu Qasim al-Zahrawi, who was from Cordoba, managed to develop medical instruments which are still used until today. They developed agriculture, such as by planting oranges and lemons, which are very popular now in Spain. They even developed areas of culture, such as by introducing toothpaste and the three-course meal. During the time of the Abbasids, one of the leaders in Syria managed to escape to Spain and continued with the Umayyad Empire there, separate from the Abbasids. His name was Abdul Rahman, and one of the things that he did was build the great mosque of Cordoba, which is now a cathedral. He managed to do this by purchasing the land from the Christians who used it previously and allowed them to build their churches, 3 churches elsewhere. Later there was another Abdul Rahman III or Abdul Rahman and Nasser, who built the city of Medina azahara near Cordoba, which is the largest city that was built in Europe at the time. He declared himself as the Caliph or leader of the whole Muslim world. Later there was Hisham II, who was the leader at the time, but he was only 10 years old. So he was the leader by name, but the active government was by almanzor, during which time Al-Andalus reached its greatest extent. Almanzor's son, who was also known as Shenjoul, wanted the leader Hisham II to officially hand over leadership to him, which led to many problems and to taifa kingdoms, which is basically many smaller kingdoms, and there were over 20 of them in total. That was when some of the leaders went to the Moroccans and asked them for help, as they had independent empires, such as the almoravids. During that time, the Muslims of Spain asked Yusuf ibn Tashfeen from the almoravids for assistance, so he managed to assist them and also managed to reunite the areas in Spain, the taifa kingdoms, and managed to rule over the area. So Spain and Morocco were one country. That is why you find many similarities between the two countries, such as with the Madrasa Ali bin Yusuf or Ali bin Yusuf school in Morocco in the city of Marrakesh, which looks very similar to this other building, the Alcazar in Seville in Spain today. Likewise, you notice that the minaret of the Koutoubiyya mosque in the city of Marrakesh, which was the capital of the almoravids, looks very similar to the La Giralda in Seville in Spain, which is now a bell tower. Later, after the almoravids, the almohads, who were also from Morocco, managed to rule the area of Spain. Their capital was in the city of Fez. Again, you'll find many similarities between these two areas. So notice this is in the city of Fez, in the old part of the city, which is known as the Al-Madina. Notice the inside of this looks very similar to the area of Al-Basin in the city of Granada in Spain today. Later, after the almohads, the minaret of Morocco also managed to rule the area of Spain. So this is an example of a minaret dome in the city of Fez. Finally, there were the nesrids, who were perhaps most famous for their monument, the alhambra, in the city of Granada, which was the final remaining city. Again, the city of Granada was very multicultural, so this hall with 12 lions in the alhambra, for example, was gifted to the Muslims by the Jewish community to celebrate the close relations that they enjoyed together. Finally, the Christians managed to regain control of the area in Granada and the rest of Spain, forming the modern-day Spain, and many Muslims and Jews who converted to Christianity. During that time, many new laws were introduced, such as laws requiring people not to speak Arabic or have Arabic books. They were not allowed to wear Arabic clothes. They were not allowed to have public or private baths. And doors were required to be open on Fridays so that people could see that the Muslims were not practicing Islam secretly. Later in 1609, a new law was introduced requiring anyone who stayed in Spain to be Christian. Therefore, many Muslims and Jews left and went to Morocco. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video informative. Please like and share my video and subscribe to my channel.